Afternoon, how are you all doing? Sorry I'm late. Been in the middle of coding stuff and yeah, completely lost track of time. It was like 28 minutes past and I was in the middle of some complicated code and panicked. So I'm here. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Afternoon, Monkey. Mark, how you doing? Fletch, Crom, Barry. Afternoon, Virginia, Paul, Sagar, Reverend Insanity. Love that name. How are you doing? Right. Let's start with the indices because they're open. Markets are open. Long break on the DAX. Where's my pen? David. Good afternoon, David. You're the best. Thank you very much. You're the best. Let me just get my pen. Question. Thank you for the $10 tip. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Question. Are any other EAs that you may publish? Will they be for members only? Funny you should say that. That's why I've been coding. I've got a new EA coming out. I was about to press the button this afternoon, but I'm not going to get time. Probably tomorrow. I'm doing final testing on it. I'm going to go through it in the live room here, just to show you what it is. If you're in the members streams, you know what it is. Yeah, I'm going to go through that this afternoon. So the answer is yes. It's not going to be members only. Nothing I'm going to publish is going to be members only. I'd like to give members a discount, but I can't because MQL5 doesn't allow it. So what I'm going to maybe do is launch it but not tell anybody. Although you'll know if you follow me on MQL5 because you'll get a notification anyway. But I'm going to launch it at a reduced price for 24 hours just to let the members grab it cheaper because they've been helping me develop it. So yes, that's the answer to that one. Anyway, we'll go for that in a bit. Long break on the Dow. NASDAQ has broken short, not actually gone anywhere yet. Dow just about got a 2R. This morning, the DAX was a clean break long, very nice, quick, straight 3R. And then I got out on a trailing stop at 3R. I moved my stop up because it looked like it was struggling to get any higher. So I took double 3R, which was £600 this morning. I got 260 hedge on the FTSE because the FTSE just didn't go anywhere at the open. So cleared $350 a pound this morning. I never remember which account's what currency. We've got the clean break on the Dow now, which is testing high of the week. That's Monday's high. So we're just coming up to test this week's high. That's last month's high, also last week's high. So we've got a double weekly high and a monthly high, which we're approaching here. So a lot of potential selling limit orders going to be sitting at that level. If we do break it, though, there's a chance of quite a big pop today. So we'll watch that. NASDAQ's obviously gone short because it does the opposite to everything else. Anyway. Right, so quickly cover the news first of all. So yesterday we had the jolts, which came out at 7.7. Market didn't react massively to that yesterday. Bit of movement, nothing much reaction wise to the Swiss franc either. We had GDP for the Australian dollar this morning. Now the Aussie has gone nuts today. If we look at the ADRs, big strong moves on the Aussie. So pound odd, Aussie CAD, 225 ADR. We've got 175 ADR, Aussie Swiss, Euro odd. Pound New Zealand has also moved. We've had a lot of movement on the pound today. New Zealand moves with the Aussie, so there's a lot of Aussie ADRs as well. So ADRs all over the place today. So some very big opportunities for mean reversion off of Aussie CAD and specifically pound odd. The reason I like this one is because it has actually hit this monthly high. So this is your last month's high, basically, which it's testing straight away. So we'll probably get limit orders triggering at monthly highs. Monthly highs and lows always have limit orders at them, same as the weekly and weekly levels. They always have limits. So quite often we'll get a reactionary bounce there, whether it bounces and reverses or whether it bounces and continues. That is unknown. So as far as ADR reversals go, you've got confluence with RSI extension, monthly level, previous resistance, propulsion gap testing, ADR at 225. It's as good as it gets for potential pressure in the opposite direction. So very good looking short. For me, it's too expensive to trade, so I'm not taking it. But it is a very good opportunity for a short if you want to get in on that. Target wise to the downside, we've had this little flag break intraday. So you need to watch this area basically, because it might just sit and accumulate here, and this may become a large propulsion gap. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, that is a propulsion gap. Yeah, so it's this bloody great area there. So huge propulsion gap in. So watch a test of that if you are going to short it. Drop down. It's 4-hour RSI extension above 80 as well. Really good opportunity for a short. M15, you've just had a reversal alert going on M15 as well. So potentially that is your M pattern reversal going in right now. That's the first reversal alert of the day. So we had obviously rally straight up into the highs. We pulled back. We then double topped. So that would have become your support block. We tested that, bounced back out of it. New high put in. That would have become the rectangle. Pushed up, new high. That became your rectangle. So that is your first reversal alert of the day on that one. So if you are using market reversal alerts EA, that's just got you in short. And M5, you've had one there as well, look. So nice reversal. Has just about retested as well, look. So it is retesting the break, but it's holding quite nicely at the moment. So big move there. We've got the services PMI coming out. That's the S&P one. So I've got deliveries arriving. Thankfully, I had my wife here to look after deliveries today. Christmas, deliveries every day. I did an order on Amazon yesterday. I ordered about 400 quid's worth of stuff. And because it was loads of different stuff, obviously it can't be delivered in one batch. So I've got a delivery from Amazon coming today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, every single day. It's one order, but they're spreading it over every single day of the week. Great, isn't it? Have to sit in every day, all day, because they don't give you a time. Anyway, so we've got that coming out in a minute. We've had the non-farm payroll come out pretty much as forecast earlier. So the ADP non-farm came out on forecast, so not a lot of movement off of that. We have actually had a little bit. The US dollar's been fairly strong. It was fairly strong earlier when I looked at it. What was I looking at? Oh, no, US dollar yen was strong, sorry. It was weak yen. So yeah, so not a lot of movement off of the ADP number. It was just a V-shaped recovery, so nothing really to write home about there. You can see it on the indices. There's your ADP. So nothing particularly exciting happened there. We've got the services PMIs this afternoon, though, so that is potentially where we're going to get the movement at 3 o'clock. So watch for that at 3. We'll probably get some movement on the indices as well. And then we've got Powell speaking later. So that's the main movers of the day. There's a lot of talk about continued interest rate drops on the US dollar. We've had a lot of talk out of Bailey today. So if you look on here, Bailey was scheduled to speak at 9 o'clock this morning. There was a lot of stuff said by Bailey this morning. Got to go back a fair bit. All the way back here. So Bailey sees 4 interest rate cuts next year. So we're looking at a 1% drop on interest rates over 2025 at the moment. So that's potentially bearish for the US, but it's bearish for the UK, but in next year. Yeah, so it's not immediately, shouldn't be immediately impactive. If you look at the pound though, we've had a fair bit of whipsawing today, but nothing really to write home about. So the pound dropped when he mentioned interest rates coming down. Then the market went, oh yeah, next year, not really important. So just a V-shaped recovery. That's a knee-jerk reaction to the news, which wasn't actually news. So there you go. So there's your news today. Other than that, not a lot else to write home about. A lot of stuff going on in South Korea at the moment. To do with government and stuff. A lot of stuff going on in France to do with government and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on everywhere at the moment, but just have to keep your eyes peeled on what's going on in news, basically. So afternoon CK, afternoon Travel, afternoon FTNet, afternoon Sarel, how we doing? Right, so the opportunities today, obviously there's a lot of ADRs and there's a lot of RSIs as well, because obviously we've got a lot of ADR movement, so we'll go through that in a sec. I closed out US dollar yen today. I closed out obviously as well New Zealand dollar, US dollar. So this was a ADR extension. So that was a 125 ADR extension short from last week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so that held that for a week. Got out of that today. Target was propulsion gap, and that's exactly where it bounced. And obviously it's gone through it now, but that was the bounce at the propulsion. So target hit on that one. US dollar yen, 3 trades on that. That one's taken a week as well. So first, second, and third. Got out of that this morning at ADR. So basically we hit ADR. I didn't actually have a target on this, but as I posted in Discord today, we hit ADR. We also hit a propulsion move, and this candle here that I got out on was the ADP candle, and obviously the news came out as forecast, slightly down, so we had an immediate reaction negative to the news, so I decided to close it because obviously if you look at the candles today, it's been rallying against the yen all day long. Yen's been really weak all day, so it's due a pullback, so I thought might as well bank it. I had about 0.5% ish to bank, so 0.7 bank today. Everything else is just sitting there doing fine, so just waiting for the rest of that to play out. So I will be getting into some new trades today. We'll whiz through the ADRs in a sec. FTSE's going nowhere. So targets on the FTSE for the hedge are the propulsion to the downside, an ADR to the upside, and last month's high, which is yesterday's high as well. Bit of rejection obviously forming at the highs there, as I'd expect, but we'll see if that breaks today. I'm tempted to take it just because it's another 300, 400 today, 300 odd. It's this area here. So I'm up 350. Yeah, I'm taking it. I've decided just to take it off today. Easy money, basically. It's $200. Only reason I'm taking that is because I've cleared 300 this morning on the hedge with the FTSE and the DAX. That makes me another 170-ish. I just don't like this level and the rejection we're seeing there. So it's immediate rejection. Then we've gone inside bar. So the price action basically on the DOW is telling me we've got limit orders triggering at the highs. So we hit that level. Yeah, immediately rejected it. Quite a big bear candle. Then we've got an inside bar, which is indecision. So the bulls haven't managed to continue that rally after the rejection, which means there's a lot of selling pressure. So there's a chance that's going to unravel. It could obviously pop, but if I hadn't banked a load of money this morning, I would treat that trade differently, but I have. So I'm just going to bank it. It's just money in the bank, so it's easy to do. And it means I can concentrate on other stuff. Right, so FX-wise, the ADRs today, Aussie dollar CAD obviously is reversing now. So you've got 15-minute reversal just gone in there. And you've had a 5 as well. So there's a potential for a nice pullback on that one. That's really, really extended. I will be taking that one. I I'm trading the hourly time frame at the moment, so I'm just about to get in on this in the next 13 minutes. So I posted this one, I think it was this one, in the group today. It was Aussie dollar Swiss I posted, but it's the same thing. So we'll do the Aussie dollar Swiss. So again, same sort of thing. Somebody asked me, they're using exactly the same settings as me with the position trader EA, and they asked me why this trade didn't trigger. So you've got basically the signal on this is 125 ADR, so price has pushed down beyond 125 ADR. I'm running on the hourly time frame. No sound. Has everybody else got sound? Testing, testing. Yes, sound's working. Everybody else got sound? Sagar, I think it's you. We can hear you. No, they can hear me. It's you, Sagar. You can't hear me, so I can't obviously tell him, can I? So yeah, so this candle here, this green candle here, somebody asked me why that didn't trigger an entry, because the signal on the position trader EA is to open below and close above the moving average. So the reason this didn't trigger is because the moving average is a repainting indicator. So this is being dragged down. You can see that the line, I'm as zoomed in as I can get on this, but you can see that the line on the moving average, this red line, is just above that candle, but it looks like it should have triggered because it opened below and it looks like it closed above the moving average. But the reason this line is down like that is because this next candle has dragged the moving average down. If this had been a bull candle, you'd have seen that moving average be painted like that instead of like that. So it's a little bit deceptive, and this is something you need to look out for when you're doing manual backtesting, visual backtesting, because when you're doing manual visual backtesting instead of using automated backtesting, you'll basically go, oh, I'd have taken that. There's always a discretionary thing where you think, I would have taken that. Now that one you would have taken, but things like that you'd say, oh, I'd have gone long there. Or if you'd seen price go down, you probably would have said, no, actually I wouldn't have gone long there, because you would make your mind up that it's not a good trade to take because you've seen what happened to price afterwards, wouldn't you? But so that's why basically you've got to be careful with the moving average, because the moving average does repaint. So at the moment it's pointing up there. If this candle closes as bearish, it'll actually be painted and locked in there. So it locks in every time a candle closes, but it will push up and push down all the time while this candle is being painted. Same with the RSI. People have mentioned this to me before. They will be in a trade here or something, and they'll say, but the RSI never was below that level. During the candle, it was below that level, but when the candle closed, it closed up there. Yeah, so you've got to be careful with indicators because they do repaint, obviously, as price action's unfolding. So Aussie dollar Swiss is a great opportunity. I will be getting into that one long within the next 10 minutes for a mean reversion. Aussie dollar CAD, also same thing. I'll be getting into that one long as well. So good Aussie CAD, Aussie Swiss. Aussie yen is also extended to the downside, although that's already played out. So there was your extension, just tapped into ADR, 3-bar reversal there to the upside. Aussie US also extended. Everyone else can hear me, can't they? Yeah, good. Aussie US extended. I've already got longs on this one at the moment. So I'm in 4 on this, sorry. I should only be in 3, but I am actually in 4 because this trade here was me when I was testing the limit order functionality and I accidentally forgot to take it off. So it's taken an extra trade. So I should only be in 3 on this, but I'm in 4. So a little bit more drawdown than I should have. But obviously nice reversal potential on this one. It's going to be a little bit trickier for me to get out of this at the moment, but I'm in what I'm in. So there's an opportunity for an ADR reversal there as well. In fact, you probably had, not quite, you haven't had the 15 on that. The 5's triggered. So there's your 5-minute reversal alert and retest. CAD yen, Swiss yen also extended, but I think they've already played out. No, CAD yen's a reversal right now. So there's your M pattern reversal, 5-minute reversal alert gone in at ADR. And Swiss yen, exactly the same. Yeah, so don't overload on these yens. They're all extended, but they're all very good mean reversion opportunities today. Euro odd, that one's already way down. I'm already in short on this. Second entry taken today. So that's my second entry, third entry gone in on that one. So first entry was down here. That was an ADR reversal, 125 ADR reversal. We pushed up the next day, second entry, and then we flip-flopped around for a whole week. So that's the next position gone in there. Excuse me. This is obviously this Australian dollar. Massive weakness in the Australian dollar, so everything's rallying against the Aussie today. Beautiful double top bounce potentially going on here, which is the other EA I've built, which I shall show you in a minute. Next level we're looking at is up here, if it needs it. Euro New Zealand also extended to the upside. That's 125 ADR, 15-minute reversal has already gone in on that. It's actually a gap down as well. So that would have been your entry. So look for a push back down somewhere into that area. Pound odd, this is probably the best one of the day. Sorry, that's pound odd. Reversal alert at 225 ADR, but the reason I like this is because it's this monthly level. Yeah, very nice rejection. Limit orders are always sitting at monthly levels. Banks and institutions use monthly price points, turning points, as limit order entries. So if you're buying an area, you will look at where it's turned, because that's where you're going to find liquidity. So that is a good looking spot for a short, especially as it's extended today. 225% of ADR today, big extension. You know, this is, we get here 2% of the year. So very rare we see 225 ADRs. It has to be caused by very big news usually. And if you look at the news we've had today, I wouldn't call that particularly big. GDP was at 0.2. They were expecting it to go up to 0.5. They got 0.3. It's still a positive. Yeah. So you wouldn't, yes, it's lower than what they're expecting, but it's still gone up. It's still a positive number. Yeah. So quarterly GDP is getting better in Australia, just not as much as they thought. PMIs are about to come in 5 minutes. So there's a very good chance this will pull back. This is a knee-jerk reaction. So I think we can easily find ourselves back in this zone today or tomorrow or some point this week. So good reversal opportunity there. Pound yen is also extended. Again, exactly the same as the rest of these yens. It's exhaustion. We're running out of steam. M pattern reversal's gone in there. So there's your retest on the reversal. Pound New Zealand, very extended. Again, 150 ADR. There's your reversal alert. You did have a reversal there. That would have been an initial entry today. You'd have also had a reversal alert there because that is a bear candle. So that would have given you an entry. So there was an entry there. There was a second entry there. The third entry is at exactly the same point as the second one. So if you did get the first one or you missed the first one, you've opportunity to take the second one, but you've obviously missed it because it's off. So that's a nice reversal potentially for a short. Although it has kind of already pulled back 38% on that initial push, so there is potential that that might be forming market structure long, but we'll see. New Zealand CAD also extended to the downside. Reversals gone in on that one nicely at 125 ADR. There's your 15-minute reversal alert. So it's all starting to unravel now. And New Zealand Swiss, New Zealand yen, and New Zealand US are all ADR hits. Just about, though, nothing. They're all kind of setting up now for longs, so you can take all of those. New Zealand yen is obviously a short. New Zealand US would be a long as well. So there's an opportunity for a long there. And you've also got US dollar yen. As I said, I've got out of that long because obviously we're at ADR and hitting propulsion. So it's a good looking short. However, I'm only looking to long that one. So RSIs, if you look at the ADR dash and the RSI dash, very similar stuff lit up as you'd expect. Aussie CAD, 4-hour RSI extensions. Yeah, so longs. Aussie Swiss, same thing, long opportunity. Good support area coming up there as well. If it can push down into 200 ADR today, that'd be a very nice looking long. It's rejecting from here. So this whole area here is a buy zone. So that's not a bad looking area. Euro odd, obviously, these are all going to be the same. It's all the ADRs we've got today that have pushed the RSIs to extension, which is why I keep saying just trade ADRs or RSIs. If you trade both, you're going to get very much similar signals on both strategies. They're both mean reversion. They're both extensions of movement. Euro New Zealand also extended. Euro New Zealand and Euro odd look very similar. So just trade one or the other ideally. Pound odd extended to the upside. That's the one that's hit the monthly. Yeah, so that's also a 4-hour extension above the 80 level. Yeah, so looking for a pullback from that. And Pound New Zealand. Again, nice extension above the 80 level. I can't trade Pound New Zealand myself because I'm not trading anything that's over a $5 swap. And this is 960 and 810. So I can't trade it in either direction, but it's incredibly choppy at the moment. You can see it's just chopping around a lot. So I don't think it matters really which way you trade this. It's just if it does decide to go into a squeeze for any reason, if there's big news on the pound or the New Zealand and you're stuck in it for a while, it's going to cost a lot to hold it. So not my favorite at the minute. But there we go. So that's a rundown of all that lot. Not managed to go anywhere on the NASDAQ. And the Dow's run out of steam at the highs. So if you are still in these, though, obviously you haven't triggered a hedge. They are still technically clean breaks. So we may go somewhere, we may not. Wait and see. So just quickly look at the indices before we have a look at other stuff. Obviously, we are all-time highs on the NASDAQ, the Dow, we are at all-time highs, sort of approaching all-time highs again. So another one there. S&P, we've made all-time highs. Yeah, so all indices are now at all-time highs. So the Santa rally obviously is the phenomenon we've looked at a couple of times where these are the Santa rallies marked. December is typically a bull month. We get the odd anomaly, but more often than not, December is a bull month. So there is a strategy out there called the Santa Rally strategy. And literally, you just buy it on the 1st of December, you shut it at the end. Over 50% of the time, you'll be up. Obviously, if you're not using any kind of stop and you're just using time-based exit mechanisms at the beginning and the end of the month, if it has a month which is a down month, which is 5 times larger than a normal down month, obviously it's going to wipe all the profits out of every other Santa rally you've taken. So you've got to use your head a little bit. But typically we do get Santa rallies. So all these all-time highs that we're seeing at the moment and attempted all-time highs potentially will continue. So there's a lot of talk of mean reversion out there at the minute of good short opportunities because everything is very extended. European indices are the same. Everything's very extended. However, it's extended for a reason. So we do get a lot of stock buying during the winter months in December specifically. So just be careful. But look at the DAX. Compare that to moves we've had recently on the DAX. It's absolutely huge, this rally. So it's got to find exhaustion at some point. But is it now or is it in a week or 2 weeks time? There's a very nice mean reversion opportunity coming on these at some point, but hard to call. You know, could be today. This could be the high. Yeah, we've tried high. We've made an all-time high. We're trying again. We're failing. So that could be it. So just have to be a little careful with these indices if you are going long, because if it does start a rejection, the market is holding long at the moment. As it sees its P&L dropping, it's going to start to sell off, and as it sells off, you're going to get a big collapse day at some point. But you know, we just don't know when. And obviously, bear in mind, Trump could open his mouth at any point in time. So there we go. Right, so that's everything I've covered on FX. New Zealand dollar CAD just got in long. There you go. So first entry taken on New Zealand CAD. Really? That's the price you gave me? Okay, the news has just hit. 52.1 on the services PMI. So that is negative US. We were forecasting a drop stroke, roughly what we had before. We've got quite a big drop on the PMIs. So that's going to be negative US. That is a terrible fill. Look at this. That's literally just triggered at 3 o'clock on that candle, right? So the order, look at the spread, yeah? That's the close of that candle. It opened the candle down there and filled my order up there. Yeah, this is why you don't get the same results in real live trading as you do in any back test you're ever going to run. That is the spread at 3 o'clock. 20 pips, which is over a quarter of an ADR. I just got spread a quarter of an ADR on that one candle there. It's a terrible entry. Look at that. The entry in your back tester, the entry would have been there. That's what you get in real world. So, but I'm in long. Haven't got into any others. So all the other Aussies. So again, candle closed below the moving average, opened below the moving average, no entry signal. That candle is opened above the moving average, is going to close above the moving average, no signal. The way this works is it opens below and closes above. This one opened below and closed below, and opened above and closed above, assuming that does that. But so can't get in. One of the downfalls of automated trading. Yeah, it follows rules. Rules is rules. This one I will get into. So Aussie Swiss, if this remains bull this hour, that will trigger an entry. So I will be getting into Aussie Swiss. You may have triggered Aussie CAD. It all depends on your broker. Some people are going to be seeing completely different candlesticks to me, depending what broker you're on. But that's what I've got dealt on that one. So US dollar. Whipsaw on that news at the moment. Big gap up. So weak US, obviously, as you'd expect on that news. So that is weak for the US dollar. Euro US dollar. Spike up there. Not that big a reaction at the moment, though. So that news is 5 minutes old now. Not a massive reaction to those PMIs, but it's the first negative news we've had for a while on the US. So we may see some kind of movement on that now. Contemplating shutting that. I'm going to leave it on. I'm just going to let it run. I'm hedged on the US dollar, so I have got a long and short exposure on at the minute. So I don't mind which way it goes. Right, that's all I've got for FX. So anything, if you've got any other pairs you want to look at, let me know. So just a quick update on what I've been working on in the members rooms with the members is this EA here, which I'll go through in a second, which is basically a support resistance EA. Why don't you enter from buttons? Because I'm going to get entered on others anyway. So I'm already in Aussie US. Aussie CAD, it won't get me in. I could press the button now, but I've already got Aussie exposure on. I've got 2 longs on the Aussie already, and I'm going to take a third on the Aussie Swiss. So there's no point in taking the Aussie CAD as well, because I've got the Aussie US on. Aussie US and Aussie CAD will move very similarly, so there's no point in taking extra exposure on it. But if you haven't got any Aussie exposure on, press the button. Up to you. I've just already got exposure on, so I'm not going to take it. But I will be getting into that one anyway, so doesn't really matter. It'll work or it won't. You just don't know, do you? So I've been working on this EA that I've been using, I did a lesson, if you like, with the members, or a session with the members on support resistance. And basically, I built an EA after I did a session on the position trader EA, and how to use the buttons on that. I did a session basically on support resistance. So the whole purpose of that lesson was to, with the position trader EA, is just to take trades using support resistance. Just turn that off a minute. So after we did the session with the position trader EA, I built an EA for the members to allow them to practice, if you like, in the simulator. So one of the things that I'm a real advocate for is using the backtester for backtesting, obviously. So everything you do in development of strategy should be done in the backtester. It should be done using automation, in my opinion, because you can't visually backtest a strategy accurately. And secondly, you can't visually backtest a strategy for 10 years without spending months or weeks of your life doing so. And then you've got to accumulate the results, get the results into some kind of system where you can analyze them, blah, 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 blah. There's just too much work involved. So everything should be done, in my opinion, in the tester. So I built this EA so people could basically practice trading with support and resistance zones. So basically, if it gets up to there or gets down to there, I want to trade it. So put blocks in place and then wait for it to get there. Takes a trade and then go, excellent. And I want to now take another trade if this one doesn't work out, down at this level here. And if it pushes up into these highs, somewhere around there, I'll get out. Yeah. So that's what I built, which allows people basically to do exactly that. Find some more support now. So I built this EA as a kind of tool, if you like, that people could use. And it's exactly the way that I used to trade before I built the market reverse alerts indicator. This is exactly what I used to do. I used to just trade support resistance zones. Thank you. And that's basically how I started position trading. Yeah. Let's wait for that to target. Yeah. So I built that so that people could do exactly what I've just done right there, which is get in the tester and watch the weeks and months roll by and just play support resistance bounces. So it draws a line in automatically every week, every Monday, so you can see and train yourself as to how long price takes to do stuff, how long it takes to rally, how long it takes to dump, how far it dumps. And it's basically a way of training your brain to understand price action. So you will see these patterns playing out over and over and over again if you watch them in the backtester. So if you just sit here and watch this thing going up and down, your brain will automatically, I've got a cell on. Your brain will automatically start to identify where price is going next, because if you see this pattern constantly playing out over and over again, what you will do is next time you take a trade, you will go, well, it's going to go there, or it's going to go there, and you will see automatically where price is going to be heading because you've seen it happen over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Oh, I didn't get a chance to move it, but it was going there. Yeah, so I built this and everybody loved it. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people loved it and said, I want to trade like this. So it's no different to the position trader EA in what the position trader EA does. It's just different in the fact that it doesn't use any indicators. So the whole purpose of the session that I did with the members group was we're going to position trade, but we're not going to use indicators, because everybody's always looking for the perfect setting for an indicator. So what's the best RSI to use? What's the best time frame to use with the RSI? Should I use a median? Should I use a close? Should I use the 21 or the 14? What should I use? Should I use the 2 on daily? Okay, or should I use ADR? And should I use the ADR 60, the ADR 14, the ADR 10? And should I use the 100 or the 125 extension? I don't know. I've got no idea what's going to happen in the future, so I can't give you any level to use on any indicator. But what I do know is price goes up and down. So don't use indicators, just use price. Yeah, and all we're doing is we're using price as an indicator here. So we're saying this is where the market turned from. So this is my indication of a sell area, and this is a buy area, and it's roughly the same level. So somewhere around there, I am expecting price to head there and see if it can get through it. And if it can get through it, brilliant. If it can't, it'll bounce off. And when it moves down, it's going to come down to this area here. Yeah, because that's what it did last time. And it is an indicator. Price is an indicator. It's the best indicator you've got because it's fixed, it's hard in stone, and it's repeatable. Yeah, every oscillator, every moving average, every Bollinger Band, whatever indicator you place on your chart is variable, and in the past will have done something well with a specific setting. Price does the same thing all the time with the same setting. It gets to areas and it bounces at them because it can only do one of two things, move up or down, and it moves through time. These are the three constants we have in trading. What we do is we wrap risk around those three constants and we make money. That's simple as that. So all we've got to do is find out where price is going. So where we are now, I know for a fact it's heading there or it's heading there. There is nothing else it can do. It can only go there or there. And we'll watch, it will do that. One of those two. 100% accuracy. I'll bet you £1,000,000 it does one of those two things. Because it can't do anything else, can it? Yeah, it has to go up and down. So when it goes up, we then say, right, where are we going next? Well, I reckon we're going to go up to there. Why? Because that's where we went last time. And if we're going to go down, we'll go down to there. Now that's where I sold it. So if it gets down into this area, I'm going to make money. So it's either going to go there, I'm going to make money, or it's going to go there and I'm going to change my price. Position trading. This is what we do all day long. It's just you can see it play out quick in here. Yeah. So this is basically what this EA does, but it's got some logic built in to do with position trading in that we don't want to get in too close together. So it shows you where you should be placing your next trades. And if you decide, actually, I want to go a little bit closer than that, it'll warn you and tell you that you can't get in there because it's too close. So move your zone up to a level which is better. Yeah. Which is above that level. Yeah. So it's got some kind of training logic in it, if you like, to say, don't be an idiot. That's too close. Yeah. But you can adjust this so you can change it to whatever you want it to be. There's also different ways you can get in. So the reason it didn't take that trade is because I've got logic set to get in. You can have it piercing the zone with the high above it and the close below it. You can have it opening in and closing below, or you can have price action happening within the zone. There's 3 different ways to get in. That is one that I've got not set in this particular test I'm running, but yeah, so that's basically what it does. So I've got this pretty much where I want it to be. so that it's usable. So I'm going to get this out at some point, because obviously, you know, a lot of people want to trade their own way, but they don't want to use the position trade or EA because it's getting in at specific levels, and you've got to be there when it happens. So what this allows you to do, and this is what I'm going to do, is it allows you every morning just to open up your charts, look at your charts and go, right, we're here. If it gets up to somewhere around there and I get some price action, sell it for me. And if it gets down to there and I get some price action, buy it. Yeah. So it allows you to just do this once a day. You just check your charts in the morning or in the evening or both and just adjust the zones. And that's it. So it's exactly the same as position trading normally. It's just going to be using support and resistance zones. And this is all that price does, as we've identified over and over again. Yeah, it moves to areas. So I'll get this out. It's 90% there. I've been playing with it today, trying to break it, and I have broken it a couple of times. So I'm just going through bug testing at the moment because I won't release anything unless I'm 100% happy with it and I'm going to use it myself. So that area there to the downside is what we will probably test. Just in case we break out those highs. So yeah, I'll get this out there, and obviously then you can, if you want it, you can have it. But the main reason I built the thing was for backtesting, basically, so that you can backtest. The problem with it is, and unfortunate, you can't zoom out any further. So if I want to now look at where the 4-hour and daily resistance is, I can't see it. So I'm just placing orders basically willy-nilly. The other thing you've got as well is if you get into drawdown and you hit a point where you're like, this is getting a bit hot, you can close positions as well. So you can do automatic drawdown control, or rather manual drawdown control. The whole thing is designed to be manual, obviously. So it does manual drawdown control to adjust your price. So I can move up now to a different zone. As we go, close another one out there. So yeah, so that's basically what it does. Very, 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 very simple. Yeah. So the idea behind it is it's just simple. It's price actions, nothing but. I can't see any zones. So these levels are awful because I don't know where I should be selling at. Can't go back. The only problem with the strategy tester. But the solution to that is move up a time frame, go to 4-hour. Because you're hardly ever going to find 4-hour, you can zoom out basically back to 2019, so 5 years worth of price action. You're always going to be able to see the support and resistance on the 4-hour. So and it's stronger. So yeah, anyway, I'll get that out, and I need to put together manuals, videos, all sorts of stuff to go through all the inputs. There's a lot of inputs in there. It's quite powerful, the exit strategies that you've got, but there is also an automated trading functionality in it, and it's not something I'm ever going to use. It's there because I need it, because it's got to get through the tester for MQL5 to make sure it works. So it's got automated trading, which it does, but it's not something that it's designed for. It's designed for manual trading. So what I'm planning to do is basically set an account up myself and use this to do manual position trading as well, for those that want to do manual position trading. And it kind of will force me to do manual analysis every day as part of the normal live rooms. So it'll be a case of I'll have a VPS set up with all the FX pairs on, and just basically put the zones in from it on a daily basis. So if that's something you're interested in, obviously support, resistance, supply and demand, whatever you want to call it, trading, we can do that with position trading as well. So you see it just nicely churns through, making money. It's up 5 grand. I don't know how long it's been running, but it's up 5 grand. Just literally getting into the market and getting out of the market. So it's an always in strategy as well. That's the other thing about this. So I've been looking in the members group to get more diversification into my daily portfolio, basically. We've got 2 other strategies which are running very nicely at the moment. This one, which is a trend pullback strategy, which is it's not doing great at the moment, but we know about this. It has ups and down months, and we've got this one, which is a kind of a overnight scalping strategy, which is doing very nicely. It's continuously banking money, which is nice, and it's a position trading strategy. So I want to add this in as another position trading strategy to the portfolio, so I can diversify a lot more. So I've set an account up here. No, I haven't, here, which I've put some money in, and this has got the EA running on it, so it'll be exactly, you know, that. Yeah, so just going through each of the pairs and basically just setting up the zones every day. If they get hit, I get in. If they don't get hit, don't get in. And it's as simple as that. Although this is an old version which I've got to update, so it will delete all these in a minute. But just finding those zones. Yeah, they're buying from that area, they're selling from this area. So when we get down here, I'll buy it. When we get up there, we'll sell it. If that doesn't work out, I'll sell it up there. Average will be there, and I'll get out when they pull back on that leg. So it's exactly what I do every single day, and what I do in all the analysis I go through every single day. It's just not using indicators. Yeah, using pure price action, which has always been the best thing. So there you go. So I'll update. That's not ready to go yet. It's close. I've got a few things I need to figure out on it. I've got to work on just some of the logic for drawing, because sometimes it gives messages when it shouldn't. So but we'll figure it out. Afternoon Pot DJ, what's the EA's Achilles heel? There isn't one. It's position trading, drawdown. It's just position trading. So there's no Achilles heel but drawdown. So you do drawdown control in the same way as you do a position trader. Yeah. So same as this. Drawdown. If it doesn't go your way, you go into drawdown. The Achilles heel is you. When are you going to start to get out of your drawdown? And it's exactly the same with this. Yeah, it will go into drawdown as it did there. So got out, but if it had gone up, where would you get out? Yeah, it's just position trading. It's just all we're doing is we're removing indicators. That's it. So it's literally for support, resistance, supply, demand traders. But like I said, everything that works with the stop loss doesn't work. We know that because no one else is making money with them unless they are. And if you are, let me know about it. Give me a 10-year back test with something that uses a stop that makes money and I'll snap it off your arm. But no one's come up with one yet. So we know position trading works. It's just a case of there's a load of people out there who want to do support and demand, supply and demand, support and resistance. Smart money concept traders, you'll love this. You know all those smart money concept trades you take where you get there and it sweeps the highs and you go short because there's been a stop run and then you get stopped out? Guess what? If you don't put a stop in there and you just draw the next area there's going to be a stop run at and it comes down from there, you make money without losing money. This is smart. So it makes the smart money concept really smart because it's exactly the same thing, isn't it? DOW has collapsed. NASDAQ's rallying. So if you didn't get out of this today, you're hedged. Market's a little bit all over the place today. But no different to what we've been experiencing for the last 6-7 days, is it? Sideways. choppy old week at the moment. Just a quick one. How come you used H1 charts on the Aussie Swiss rather than M15? Because that's all I'm trading at the moment, H1. Just to get more strong entries, really. There's nothing wrong, but you can use M15 if you want. So if you want to use M15 for your entry, you're probably already in. You would be in already. You'll be in on that. So if you're using the position trader EA, you'd have been in there. If you're using the market reversal alerts EA, you'll be in there on M15. But you see the difference between M15 and H1. I'm not in yet because there hasn't been enough bullish price action. It flattens out news events hourly. But the downside to it is if this continues like that today and then tomorrow does that, I won't get into it. You will. Horses for courses, isn't it? Basically. So I'm just using the hourly because it irons out some of the chop, basically. In the back test, it's awesome. I can't not make money this way. I know. Lucas has been in the members streams, so he's been playing with it for a while. I'll rephrase that. Lucas has been playing with the EA for a while in the strategy tester. But yeah, it's a great little EA, but it's not. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything here. This is just the same as normal position trading. You're just using your own initiative, not using something that draws squiggly lines on a chart. At the end of the day, yeah, price action is much more reliable than everything, basically, isn't it? I mean, if you look at any chart and go back in time, yeah, all price ever does is go up and down. Yeah, and it often reacts at levels it's reacted at before. Yeah, and it's not something that I make up. You can verify this yourself. Yeah, that has happened that many times because that's where they're selling it from. So if it gets back there, you sell it. And it's this old adage, you've probably heard it before. You do what the market is telling you to do until the market proves you wrong. If the market's in a range, you sell the highs and you buy the lows until it proves you wrong. And when it proves you wrong, you then do the opposite. Yeah. If something's in a trend, you sell every pullback until it proves you wrong. Yeah. That's it. So all support and resistance trading is repeating the past. This area here has been sold over and over and over and over and over and over again. This area here has been bought recently. This area here has been bought and sold recently. Yeah, pushed up, tested. If it gets back to here, I'll buy it. If it gets up to there, I'll sell it. And if it's going to remain doing what it's been doing for the last week, I will make money. If it doesn't, I will look for the next area they sold it at, which is where they broke previous support. Becomes resistance. And it just will repeat over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's all it does. It's all price does. Goes up and down, hits zones. This is on auto trading mode, so it's not going to do what I want it to do, but you get the point. PC specs, what mine? I don't know. What do you mean, Tom? PC specs? I've got an i7 32 gig RAM with an RTX 3070 Ti. The only reason I know that is because I've been looking at graphics cards for my son for his Christmas present. Don't tell him. So I've been looking at graphics cards and I wanted to know what my spec was. So that's the only reason I know it. Are you talking about because of for the EA? EA's doesn't matter. PC specs got nothing to do with EA's. If MT4 runs on your terminal, the EAs will run on your MT4. You don't need to worry about specs. Right, that's all I've got for today. There's not a lot else really to discuss. If you're in hedges on the DOW and the NASDAQ, obviously upside on the Dow, I'd be watching the monthly high, and downside is difficult. ADR basically is there, so that's yesterday's low. So I'd watch for a bounce out of ADR. Target to the downside, I'd look at ADR. Target to the upside, that monthly high. So 3R to the upside and 5R down. For the NASDAQ, if you're in that, it's all-time highs. So, yeah. God, NASDAQ, you can't call. How far are we going to go? NASDAQ? I mean, ADR is obviously where I would always be watching, which is just shy of 5R. So that's where you're going to start to find exhaustion. Downside, you've got your pre-market lows at 4R. That monthly high we've broken out of at 5R. ADR's all the way down there. So I'll be watching the pre-market lows, which is your Globex session low, which is also yesterday's high. Look. So yesterday we closed at the highs. Nope, that's not that. That's my exit. Yesterday we closed at the highs. So during Globex, we couldn't make any downward movement. So when we get to yesterday's high, potentially you're going to find anybody that bought yesterday's high adding to yesterday's high. So watch that area there, which is 3R. But tricky one today. Not a good, well, it was for me. It was nice clean breaks and money, but there we go. I was just wondering, because you said your PC is like always on, and I don't think I've ever seen you have a problem with your stream. Yeah. I always future-proof whenever I buy a machine, I spend a couple of grand on it. And I don't often buy new machines. This I've had for 4 years, 3 years, maybe, something like that. But I just buy as big as I can. I also game, so I like to buy something that is good for gaming. So any machine that is high enough spec to game on is going to work. So for trading, but my VPS is not high spec. Yeah, I mean this runs this, no problem. This is a VPS connection, so it won't have a problem with this. This is actually a real account, so I'm not going to muck about on it. Suddenly realised I'm mucking about. There's a gap there, so if we can push up into that, I'll sell the gap fill and I'll buy the low that they've been buying. So I'll get into this a little bit more next week when I've got the EA out at some point, but I need to get it all finished first. Good evening, outro. Just back from work. Glad to see I've been able to catch the end of the stream. Yes, just about to go because nobody's got any questions. We've looked at everything. So you have caught literally the end of the stream. We've just been through the new EA, which is nearly ready. But I will post in the members group with more details on that when I have it at a stage it's ready. I've got to write a manual before I do anything with it. So, and obviously update on the other EAs. The Lazy Trader's still doing well. It's in a bit of drawdown at the moment. It's just about to close out CAD Swiss. Look. So CAD Swiss is about to close. What's the time? 36. So as long as that is down here, that'll be closing out. But yeah, it's got a bit of DD. The only real problem is New Zealand dollar yen, and it's, you know, the yens in testing didn't work very well, did they? So I decided to run it on 1 yen as a, again, it's just a bit of a benchmark to see if it produces the same results as we got in testing, and it looks like it is. Doesn't work very well on the yens. So, but everything else just ticking over nicely. We've done another 0.4 today, up 1.3 on the week. We're only on Wednesday. We've done 1.3%. So yes, doing very well. So again, this is another EA that I'll probably release. I need to. This is a development version, so I need to, you know, tidy it up and stuff. But I want to leave this running really for another few weeks live, so I can check the results and make sure it's all working as it should. But functionality wise, it is doing exactly what it's done in the back tests. So I'm happy with the strategy. I'm happy with the back tests. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I want to give it a little bit more time. Yeah, catch up on the stream. Yeah, catch up on the stream when you're ready. So I'll be back tomorrow morning for the members stream. So tomorrow morning is members stream again, and haven't got anything specific to cover tomorrow, but if there's anything you want to cover in the members streams, members, stick it in the members group, and we will look at it. But I'm going to be doing more stuff on position trading. So I've got a session planned on distancing and lot sizing testing in the back tester, basically. So just a look at the importance of size and spacing for position trading, which obviously will fall in line very much with what we've got with that new position trading support resistance product. So I'll cover that tomorrow morning, unless there's anything else anyone wants to cover. I am going out tonight, just to pre-warn you for tomorrow's stream. It's my son's birthday. We're going out. So just to let you know, I might have a little bit of a sore throat and be a little bit drowsy in the morning. Not for any other reason than consuming wine and beer. Anyway, but yeah, so tomorrow morning. And then back on Friday for the normal recap session on Friday morning. Okay. Have a great party. It's not a big party. It's only literally the family. So we're just going to have a curry. It's really not that exciting. But any excuse. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. If I don't see you then, I'll see you in the next main stream, which is 8 o'clock on Friday morning. Anything else you've got you need, let me know. I will update members in the members stream about the new EA as and when I get it up on the marketplace. If you want it, obviously, don't have to have it. It's just, it'll be out there. But I'm going to try and do a discount for the members. So I'll let you know when it's up. And then I'll whack the price up afterwards. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes for my son. He'll be very happy to hear that. He always likes being mentioned in the streams. He's quite often watching them, but he's at school at the moment. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow. Anything you need, let me know in Discord. Other than that, have a good one, and I will see you next time.